Hey friends, this week we are sharing some encore presentations of episodes from throughout the years in honor of our 5th anniversary over here at Girls Gone Hallmark. We've picked one episode from each year, a standout episode, a notable episode, an episode we just like, and we're kicking it off today with On the 12th Date of Christmas. You know, Wendy, this was our Tyler Hynes origin story.
It is, yes. And I haven't listened to this episode in 5 years, and I'm a little afraid of what I said.
I think if you listen to this episode and you're like, what is going on? Things have changed since we started. Obviously, Girls Gone Hallmark was originally a bonus episode on another podcast. So you'll hear that in the introduction. Our format has changed. News and notes has changed.
My hater status has changed.
Just enjoy this throwback look at our first Tyler Hynes movie, On the 12th Date of Christmas.
This is a Bramble Jam podcast.
Hey everybody, I'm Megan.
I'm Wendy.
And welcome to Girls Gone Christmas, a series of bonus episodes from Long Story Short, the podcast. And one thing you should know about us is I am the Christmas queen. I watch all of the Hallmark movies every year, and Wendy does not.
Not at all. This is my first year watching these Hallmark movies ever.
Can you believe I was actually shocked to find that information out in our
I'm shocked that there's such a big audience for these. I am.
Well, I think you knew the audience existed because everyone started talking about it.
I know. It's just like, why am I such a Scrooge? I don't want to watch people fall in love in a Christmassy town. I don't know.
I think that's part of the appeal is that it's so absurd and it is so far from reality that it's easy for these to be totally escapist, which Today we're going to be discussing On the 12th Date of Christmas, not to be confused with any other iteration of the combination of words, of which there are many.
Right? So confusing. It has a confusing title.
It has the synopsis.
Yeah, no, it's all right. Here we go. Two seemingly incompatible game designers team up to create a romantic citywide scavenger hunt themed for the 12 Days of Christmas, starring Mallory, Jansen, and Tyler Hynes.
I need to tell you that Tyler Hynes is my favorite Hallmark movie actor, male actor.
Megan, he is very hot.
I love him.
I Googled him today. I'm embarrassed. I Googled him today and there was a couple of pictures with his shirt off and I was like, damn, I'm going to watch every movie this guy is in.
The past 2 years, he has been paired with Hallmark movie actresses who are not my favorite. Last year, he was with Kelly Pickler, and the year before that, it was Leanne Rimes. I got to tell you, I like them individually. They don't do it for me as Hallmark movie actors. I feel like this year, he has been given an equal match. I was so happy to see. I thought they had great chemistry. Already, we are headed in the right direction with this movie.
Okay. Okay. Was he wearing a wig or a toupee of some sort in this?
I don't think so. I think he just has good hair.
I thought his hairline looked a little weird. And so that's why I was trying to Google him this morning to see if he had different hair or not.
And did he?
Not really. So I want you to take a look back if you can and just tell me if you think he is wearing fake hair or not.
I will. I just think he has good hair, but I will look.
Okay, so what we've been doing with these recaps, we talk about what we loved, what we wish would have happened, and some plot holes. So where do you want to start?
Let's start with what we loved.
Okay.
I loved so many of the supporting characters in this movie. I loved Jennifer's coworker, Annie. I wish she had gotten more screen time.
I totally wore everything Annie was wearing when I worked in a corporate job. I don't know if you noticed, but it was like a cardigan and a plaid dress. Yes, that's what I wore all the time.
Did you notice that Jennifer, the main character wore that same pencil skirt a lot or
Yes,
a
it was
variation thereof? Was she
I
wearing the same skirt through the entire movie?
I think it was a variation. It was a turtleneck and pencil skirt.
And it
Every day
wasn't
she wore to
like
work.
solid color pencil skirt. It was like a plaid pencil skirt.
Solid turtleneck. Yes. Yes, I
Yeah,
noticed.
I was like, I loved her look. I thought she was beautiful, but I was like, could we get like a change up in the pencil skirt, like a solid or a different look? Anyway.
Totally. No, I noticed.
I also loved Mr. Romano, her neighbor.
Oh my God, that was so sweet when she left that wreath for him.
And then she runs into him at the Christmas tree farm and discovers that he has not been ignoring her, but he takes his hearing aids out at night because he doesn't have anyone to talk to.
I know. I thought that was really nice, actually.
I did too. And then they brought it full circle. You know, he made a friendship with her grandmother. Speaking of whom, I also loved her grandmother.
So I was not that, entranced by the supporting characters because I think all I could look at was the main character. So
Yeah.
let me just preface this. I watched this movie with my husband last night,
Yes, as did I.
and the only thing that he enjoyed it too. But throughout the entire movie, he was like, this is so sexual harassment. These two should not be touching each other, giving each other looks like this. This is wildly inappropriate for someone who works together. And I just laughed so hard because he was like, oh no, call HR about that.
But I could understand that they were definitely crossing a line. However, it was mutual. There was
Okay.
not really a point, right? I didn't feel like
Yeah.
there was a point at which he was making unwanted advances toward her.
No,
They just
'cause
kept they
Go
kept
ahead.
giving each other. They had these like moments where they give each other looks, and
Did you notice, like, when she invited him over to help trim the Christmas tree, that she gave eyes to the roommate, like, to get the hell out of there? 'Cause
yeah, she was like, "Oh, it's okay," like, and then her roommate made up an excuse to bounce.
Yes. Yes.
I appreciated their silent little signal there.
It was very funny. Okay. What else did you love?
I loved the moment when Aiden began to thaw. He was this like grumpy man who did not want to work with a partner. He was not super receptive to her ideas. He was kind of a jerk.
He was a real
And
jerk.
about 30, 40 minutes in, he starts to kind of thaw out. And I appreciated that that came fairly quickly. And he even owns it. He's like, yeah, that was kind of terrible the way I talked to you. So I appreciated that. And then from then on out, we don't really see that from him anymore. And I loved that because the second he started turning on the Aiden charm, I was all in.
Yeah, I was like rooting for them totally. But at the beginning, I looked at my husband. I was like, this guy's a dick. Like, what? Why is he so mean? And he didn't want to work in a team. And
He didn't like her office.
Oh my God, Megan, her office. It
A
was
rotating Christmas tree.
It was decorated from ceiling to floor in Christmas stuff. And I said to my husband, I go, that's what Megan's office would look like when she worked in a corporate environment.
I noticed it. It was too much even for me, I have to say. Like when she turned on the lights and the tree started rotating behind her, I died. And you couldn't, like her desk is covered in gingerbread houses. I mean, couldn't even see her desk. I felt like it was overkill, but
I think that's the point, though. She really loved Christmas.
yeah, there's always someone who really loves Christmas in these movies. So.
Well, even in her home, so she's a baker and bakes Christmas cookies.
yes.
Her kitchen had like little Christmas figurines all over the countertops, and that drives me crazy. I do not decorate my kitchen at Christmas time because I don't want any additional clutter on the counters. So seeing that at her home while she's baking, I wanted to die.
We do decorate our kitchen at Christmas, so I was all on board. I actually thought her house was not overdone, which was funny compared to her office because she doesn't even get a tree until midway through the movie.
Right.
And he's like, how do you not have a tree? Plot hole. And she's like, I've been busy, but not so busy as to decorate your office.
right.
That struck me as odd. Like plenty of time for the office, no time for the house. I thought that was Of course, we have the plot twist, which I felt like we could see coming from a mile away, which is that they both want the head game creator position.
Duh.
We know that from her from the very beginning. It's Aiden doesn't say it, but there's a moment when she tells him that it's real obvious that he has also, thrown his hat into the ring, and he eventually tells her about that. And then, of course, we have the hijinks where she thinks he's gotten the job and she's a little upset.
Yeah, that's all dumb. Well, that's all dumb. I asked my husband, I was like, what's this company they work for? They just create like corporate games? Like I couldn't figure out like
create scavenger hunts. Yeah.
what a fun place to work at.
I know. My husband goes, "You'd be good at that job. You should start that business."
I was like, see, when I read the synopsis, I thought they were gamers. Like, I expected tech stuff for some reason. I didn't expect that they were creating citywide scavenger hunts for other corporate businesses.
Yeah, the tech
but I
stuff,
like it.
they barely mention it. They're like, "We'll send it off to tech and they'll code the app." Like, they can just do that overnight, basically,
Right.
as long as they have the clues. There is a Christmas movie from a couple of years ago called Mingle All the Way, and it is about a dating app. And it is one of my favorites.
Oh.
So you should look it up if you're listening to this and see when it is replaying, because it is about kind of the app creation, and it's like a female entrepreneur. Anyway,
Okay, speaking of app creation, did you see her mock-ups when she showed him like on her iPad?
yes.
I was like, what child drew those? Because they were awful. And I was like, so critical. I was like, when they were pitching the hotel lady, like they're like, this is what the app would look like. I was like, that's lame. Like they
Oh, I liked the app.
better
the
they need
Christmas
better
tree with the ornaments.
graphics. They needed way better graphics. But anyway, I did like their idea. I thought it would be super fun to go on that scavenger hunt.
Me too. Although another plot hole is like the fact that they announced the scavenger hunt the day of, and
Right.
all those people were going to jump in. Like, you need weeks of social media promotion so people are ready to start.
Right.
But, of course, people showed up and they were at the party. And
Well, even I was like, how are they going to do all these 12 things in one day and then show up at a party? Like you're going to bake a cake and paint a thing and do this and have hot chocolate. Oh, can we talk about how much hot chocolate and eggnog they drank in this movie?
every movie, every Hallmark movie, that's all they drink. Eggnog, hot chocolate, and maybe coffee if it's like, a peppermint mocha with whipped cream
Ugh.
spilling out of it.
I was like, the stomach ache I would have. There's just no way I could drink that much hot chocolate and eggnog. Nope, not happening.
I did appreciate in the final scene, he's holding glasses of champagne.
Oh, Megan.
And not eggnog. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold on, that's the best part. I should not skip there. Okay.
I did think we could paint better Timmery paintings.
Oh, I totally thought that.
I was like, that's a great idea. Like, yeah, anyway.
Yeah, I did think that their ideas were good, that their scavenger hunt seemed fun, although like they kind of phoned it in, like buy a coffee for a stranger and take a selfie. I did think like, okay, you have to solve each clue in order to get the next one, but how does the app know that you've been to the right place? That's what I
You're
wanted to
really
know.
thinking about this, aren't you?
Well, I was like, how does that actually work? Anyway,
Can I? This is what I thought was not necessary in this movie.
yeah.
The house falling apart and them trying to find somebody, alumni, to help fix it up.
I did think this movie had too many subplots.
Okay.
Because we've got the subplot of Jennifer's family wants her to come home, and if she doesn't get this promotion, she's going to feel like a failure, which I was like, she's still employed. Like,
Right.
if she doesn't get this one promotion, the idea that her family's like, nope, you got to come home.
Back it up. Move back to Iowa.
And then we have his family home falling apart. The brother-in-law is deployed. The father is rehabbing in Germany after heart surgery. And then
Yes.
we have all these old classmates that are willing to come in. I found that highly unbelievable. They were like, we'll do it pro bono because we liked him. Give me a break.
It didn't support the main storyline. Like I couldn't figure out like why do they have this subplot in this movie? It doesn't make any sense. And then they didn't tie it up at the end, which drove me crazy.
Well, they did say that they had found, like, they were like, "We've got an electrician who's coming in, and we got this person." So they had all these people. They
No, no,
didn't
no.
actually do the work.
That's what I need to see. I need to
Oh, yeah.
see the flip or flop. So,
They just had the plans for the work.
right.
I did feel like they had overdone the subplots. One thing that you'll see a lot, and I don't know if I'm noticing it more this year, but there are a lot of niece storylines. So we
Mm-hmm.
had it in Jingle Bell Bride. She had to get back. She, didn't want to disappoint her niece. We have it in this story. He's close with the niece. There's a lot of niece storylines where the niece is kind of like sometimes the driving force between getting them together.
I thought she was
Um,
super annoying too.
no,
I feel like a jerk saying that, but it just is not necessary to me. Like he's fun uncle and I get it, but like when they show up to she shows up to the craft fair to support the niece, I'm like, really? Come on. No.
yeah, you're not going to go to your coworker's niece's elementary school craft fair to support that. I mean, it's not like a holiday gala, where your
Right.
$5 wreath purchase is going to make a difference. Yeah, I feel like we need to have a niece count in these movies because so far
Oh
we're
yeah.
2 for 2.
Yeah. 2 for 2. I love it.
We watched another movie the other night that I can't think of the name of, but it's another one of the new releases, and there was also a niece storyline.
Oh
It's
God.
a thing
Too
this
much.
year.
Too much.
All right, can we talk about the final scene?
Okay, I'm ready. First
One-
of all, can I say I thought she looked beautiful when she showed up at the hotel.
me too. I loved that dress.
My husband was like, "What's that dress?" I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I was like, "It's gorgeous. She looks so pretty." Maybe I just want to dress up and go to a holiday party looking like that.
Perhaps. I agree. I thought she was stunning when she walked in, especially because there's that moment she's walking with her grandmother and she's like, "Well, let's do this and go to the holiday party." And I thought, are they going to go like that? Like in my mind, I was like, they're just going to walk over there because they were running out of time.
Right.
But apparently, no, she went home and got glam. So I,
Had a
I-
glam squad waiting for her at her home.
I enjoyed that. But, Aiden is waiting for her with champagne on the roof.
Oh. Okay.
Yes.
It's my reaction when I'm watching that. This is verbatim when I say to my husband, "That's hot." I was like, that is so hot of a man waiting at like the top. With 2 glasses of champagne. I don't know what it was. It was romantic. And he goes, "Is that all I got to do?" He goes, "Can we go out on the deck?"
Upstairs.
Yes.
Meet me on the deck outside
me
our
on the deck.
bedroom. I'll have 2 solo cups. Yeah, really, he does it for me. I think all of the movies are going to have a hard time living up to the chemistry of this movie for me because I really enjoy him. Like, he made me enjoy Kelly Pickler in that last movie. So, and that, let me tell you, had a terrible plot line. It was like sponsored by Balsam Hill. Oh, another thing you should look for is often these movies are sponsored, and I haven't noticed it yet in these two. But in past years, they'll have like very blatant sponsorships. Like they'll have like a Jergens sponsorship or like I said, Balsam Hill, and it's real obvious. And I don't enjoy it. And I say this as a person who, makes some money from sponsored content
Sponsorships?
placement. But I don't enjoy it in my Hallmark movies, I gotta say.
Okay, I have a question. Is it can he show up in a second Christmas movie this year, or is it one and done for the year?
I certainly think he could. I don't think he is.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, when I looked at the cast of characters, I definitely would have chosen, when I looked through the movies we're going to recap, I would have chosen a second movie of his, and I don't believe there is one. Okay, so 4 stars. Where does this one land for you? You gave Jingle Bell Bride 2 out of 4?
This is 4 out of 4 for me.
For
It was
me,
good.
too.
I would watch it again next year.
I would too. And you know what struck me is I loved the Chicago scenery. It was really beautiful.
Oh, me too.
And I felt like I believed that it was shot in the winter. Because there were
Nope.
so many. No,
Nope.
you didn't. There were
There
so
was-
many outdoor scenes that with like things that were lit. I was like, would they have actually gone to the trouble of lighting? I didn't believe the snow. We still have the soap snow.
It's the snow. Yeah, the snow. There were sunny skies and snow several times in this movie.
Yeah, and also it's real cold in Chicago in the winter, and probably they would have been noticeably cold when they were filming all those outdoor scenes. But I did believe it. You know, sometimes they're like walking down a snowy street with their jackets unbuttoned. I'm like, it's 80 degrees there. I didn't get that with this one.
No, it was believable to me.
But I did enjoy. I don't always enjoy the big city movies. I like the small town Hallmark movies, but I enjoyed the Chicago scenery. I thought it was beautiful.
I liked it. I was super into this one.
Me
Good pick.
too.
Good pick, Megan.
Thank you.
Okay, let me tell you just quickly. I know I'm a hater.
Okay.
This movie, though, gave me a little bit of that Christmas joy.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Can you believe it?
I am a little bit surprised, especially given that you watched it on November 1st. I mean, it's so early, but don't you think you kind of want it this year? Like Halloween was
Oh,
a
totally.
disappointment. You're like,
Yeah.
I'll take it wherever I can get
Yeah.
it.
And I told my husband, I said, this is going to be our new weekly thing. We're going to watch these movies together because I think he was into it. So
My husband totally watches them with me, but, you know, I was saying this morning to somebody that the only person who's more into Christmas than I am is my husband. So to almost rein him in a little bit. So he is totally into it. The only problem is all the small town ones. He's like, oh, we should move there. Oh, we should move there. So whenever there's a big city movie, I can relax a little bit because I know he's not going to say, oh, we should move to Chicago.
he's not going to get some bug up his butt about moving to Connecticut somewhere or Alaska.
Well, we watched a movie, A Royal Christmas, which is another one of the Hallmark new releases, and it's in Connecticut. And he's like, is Connecticut off the list? I'm like, look at all that snow. We would love it if you would leave us a rating, leave us a review. We love reading them, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
All right, friends, before we go, just a quick heads up. You're about to hear some ads. These little gems help us keep the show running and the Hallmark love flowing. So do with that info what you will. Grab a snack, hit the skip button, or maybe, just maybe, listen in and discover your new favorite product. Bye.